So yeah, good morning guys. Today I want to talk about the importance of agricultural processing compared to just the production phase of agriculture, which in most cases does not even give enough yield compared to the energy and the time that has been invested into it. So I want to explain to us why we need to move to that phase of production to processing instead of production to consuming. Now, processing simply is the maximizing stage of what you produce on your farm. Is the stage where you're able to get 100% profit from your farm. In most cases, most agri farmers do is they produce and they sell. In most cases, some of them are able to sell everything. But what happens in a situation where you are unable to sell? What happens to the rest of your yields? That means they go to waste. How about the money you've spent on them? How about the time you've invested? How about the energy? How about the people you've paid to get these things to come to fruition? This is where processing comes into it. For example, someone who does tomato farming, trust me, in most cases, in most times, you might not be able to sell everything. Even if you sell, at what price? Will the price be able to quantify for the energy you've invested into it? So why not look for a way to say, okay, I want to go into tomato farming, but not just for the sake of selling off the raw material. How many things can I get out of this tomato or this singular raw materials? How can I make it more valuable? That is what we call the value addition. That's one of the importance of processing. That's what we call the value addition. How can I add value to this tomato to make it give me maybe times 3 of the money that I've invested into it, or to make it give me times 5 of the money I've invested into it? That is where your your tomato paste comes in. That's where your tomato flakes comes in, and every other variety of material you can make out of that singular raw material that you've inputted into your farm. So we are talking about, when we talk about value addition, we're talking about the primary processing stage, which is where you plant, and when they are ripe you sell to the market. I get me. Then we're talking about the second stage, which is the processing stage, which is after planting and they are ripe for harvest. What do you do to them? You take them to your factory and you process them into whatever you want to process them into. Let's say, for example, you're a pineapple farmer. You take your pineapple. After taking your pineapple, you make use. Yeah, this might come as shocker. Do you know that pineapple leaves are actually very useful for the textile industries, and for those who make shoes? They use those leaves, those thorny things. They use them. There's a way they process them. There's a way they thin them out to get materials out of them to make your. Some use them for decorative purposes, like your table mats, your decorative baskets. Some even use them for making shoes. So this is the level where you are able to maximize productivity from a singular raw material which you've made out of your farm. So value addition is something that is very, very important. It helps you get a maximum yield out of a singular. In fact, I would advise most people to go into into processing because of that singular reason of value addition. When you're able to sell, if you want to sell, you can maybe, okay, let's say you have like 100 acre of tomato. Maybe yeah, you have like 100 acre of tomato. You want to sell 50 to market women, and the remaining 50 you want to process them. Imagine the money you make from processing alone. You're able to start your own processing, and you might say these things are difficult. How am I going to get the money to get the equipment? They are very easy. In the second point, I will discuss them there. So please try as much as possible to make sure we maximize a singular product that comes from our farm. In the second slide, or the second importance, I'm going to explain to us how we can go about dealing with these things to get maximum yield out of a farm. Thank you. So the second point we're going to make today is about diversification of inputs. And like I said, processing is simply being able to maximize a single raw material into getting a several variety or a wide variety of products just from a single raw material. Now let's say, for example, you have your milk. Now, from your milk, you can make your cheese, you can make your ice cream, you can make your yogurts, and you can make your butter. Are you getting me? So, what do you do in this kind of situations? Simply walk up to companies or walk up to your friends who are well to do and tell them, guys, this is what I do. I'm into livestock production, I'm into cattle rearing, I make milk, I make beef. Now, in most situations, my beef and my milk, they go to waste. But these are not helping me financially, they are not helping me economically. This is where I want you guys to come in. Give me a loan of so amount, or better still, invest with me. These are the things I can do. Are you getting? These are the things that I can do to make the most out of what I'm doing, and these are the expected returns at the end of the day. Everybody is always looking for something whenever it comes to business. It's always what's in it for me. Make them understand what's in it for them. There is law that guides this thing. I have a signed contract, and of course, when you guys do it and there's a market, they can even be the one to help you find the market. You can be part of the contract. You guys will help me look for the markets, and all I need to do is make sure that I get these things ready and they are marketable. At the end of the day, if we sit on a round table and we talk about how to distribute the shares or interest or whatever it is that comes from the produce. So all these things, every farm produce that comes out, everything that comes out from farm, I mean, as in a single raw material, has a variety, a wide variety of other things that they can be used for. Talk about your pineapple, everything about pineapple is useful. They can be made into several other things. Talk about your plantain. Everything about plantains are useful. Talk about even those into poultry farm, your chicken, your eggs, everything is useful. So let's learn to diversify. Let's learn to go into processing, because it helps a long way. It goes a long way into maximizing and making sure that we get a good return over what we do. In my next video, which will be coming out by the grace of God tomorrow, I'll mention the other 3 important aspects of processing that we need to go into and why we need to go into them, so that we stop this issue of just going to the farm, producing food just for the sake of producing, and at the end of the day, we are constantly complaining that we are not getting enough money for what we are doing. If we can sit together, it's a clarion call for all farmers in Nigeria. It's enough of trying to do things ourselves. I don't care about the next person. That's his problem. I don't give a damn about anyone. Please, it's enough. The best way we can move forward as a people or a community is by coming together and work hand in hand. By doing so, we'll be able to move forward. Some of them be scared that I don't want to be betrayed. See, the law is in black and white. You are either on the side of the law, you are against the side of the law. You don't go into business without having a contract, without having an agreement. Go into it together, go into a collaboration together under the law. When there's a law guiding you, everything becomes very easy. So please look out for my second video tomorrow, and of course, I'm very sure to give you the best, and I hope I'm able to convince those of you who are prospective agribusiness enthusiasts, or those who are in it already and you are looking for a way out to maximize your raw inputs. I hope I'll be able to convince you to do better. Thank you very much, and look what happened. Olufemi Daniel. I'm an agribusiness consultant. Of course, I help set up farms, I help manage farms. Thank you.